Welcome back everybody to a brand new series here on the channel where we are going to be playing on ElmCreek here from the very start. So I do play with seasons on and you start in spring, so all the fields are already seeded with oats, which is a little bit of an advantage, kind of nice advantage. We're going to need the advantage. But the plan here today is sort kind of through the equipment and what we're going to need and what we're not gonna need. And with that chunk of change, I'm thinking we get ourselves a piece, something that makes us passive income. This makes us 4,800 bucks a month, or $8,000. So let's build one. Let's build it in the back, kind of out of the way. And you know what? We're gonna be money hungry, so we're gonna build two for decorational purposes. I don't know why they're facing that way. It's kind of stupid, but whatever. Now, what do we have? Anything good on sale here? Ooh, we got a combine on sale. 62% off. Wow. What size is this? This is a 6620. We got a 125 horsepower, 5,800 liter hopper. Top speed to 26. What if we... Nothing really changes but the logo when you do that. So so we could pick this up for what we want for about $52,000, and then of course you got maintenance and repair we'd have to do to it. But this combine is better than the base game one. So we'll purchase it. We will have to go and grab it from the dealership there, but that means we can come in here, sell this for $103,000. So we will definitely be able to pay for the header on this new one and potentially a trailer for that header. So let's run over to the dealership. Alright, so here is our new unit. The header for this one was $11,000 for this header. It's a 6.1 meter header. We could have gone maybe a size up, but I think this is good for now. We bought the header new because they didn't have an option for it on used. But this thing's in rough shape, so we're gonna head back to the farm here with this. I'm just gonna leave the header on, and we'll get her fixed up. Alright, so as you can see, it's sometime later now in the year. Our oats are up and ready to be taken off. And as you can see, things have changed. There's a tractor missing, there's a lot missing now. And our finances just don't add up to what's missing. So, I might as well show you what we purchased. That is right, as you can see here, we did pick ourselves up a clause. Or class, however you pronounce it, but it's an 870, and we also picked up ourselves a new trailer, a new grain trailer. Holds quite a bit more than our last one did, easier to work with too. So we got quite a bit more horsepower, a whole whopping 295 horsepower comes out of this monster of a machine, which is going to help us in the future drastically. Now, we still have two other tractors. This one is obviously going to be our primary for now, because, well, it's got the most horsepower. So it can pull more weight and do a lot more than the other two can. So we're going to definitely be looking into our options here on what the plan is going forward on how we're going to proceed. But we picked this thing up used. And what that means is, well, it needs some repair. I'm not one to really care about paint conditioning right now. So we'll spend the extra 4,300 bucks on repairing it back up to where I want it to be. And now this tractor will last us a very long time. It's got 20.9 hours on it. It's quite a bit of hours on it, but not too bad, I don't think. And well, our combine here, she still needs work. So I'll get her over there and I'll get the maintenance done on it that it needs. And well, I guess it's time to start harvest. Start taking these oats off. We are not going to be dropping straw. I don't see the purpose for dropping straw right now. We don't have a baler conveniently, so we're just going to simply do it this way. Now, if you remember, well, you should because it was early on in the video, but we did purchase this combine with GPS, thankfully. We got it installed on the combine, which makes life a little nicer. Especially if we keep it long term and, you know, we're using it in a bigger field. Our fields are pretty small though, so. Yeah, we're on the last stretch here for this field. They're not very big fields we get to start with on this map, unfortunately. But we gotta work with what we got, so. Now that that field's done, we can move over to our slightly bigger field, and then we have another smaller-ish field back there. I think after we're done this, we are definitely going to be moving on to getting ourselves these fields connected. But we need a disc or something to do that with, and I sold our cultivator, so we're gonna be looking to purchase one of those for sure. Yeah, she's filling up nicely. The yield isn't the greatest, obviously, but we can definitely work on improving our yields this year. I think our big goal right now is going to be sorry, I lost my train of thought there, but yeah, I think our goal is definitely going to be getting money in the bank, expanding and improving yields and stuff. We are going to purchase the soil samples we need for our fields here right away. We have a little bit of money here, so we can. Then we're going to be looking at possibly expanding, but unfortunately, before we expand, we need our drill first. A drill, preferably that can do direct drilling, so we don't have to cultivate if not necessary. But we're gonna be waiting as much as we can to see if we can find something used before we go ahead and jump in and purchase that. Well, as we finish up our last little chunk here on this field, the bigger out of the three, we are going to need to, what the heck was I doing there? Going to need to unload. So let's get this guy dumped into our wagon here. Really hoping this auger, oh yeah, she'll work. Just gotta make sure not to get too close. And the only downside of these old combines is they do take a little while to unload, so we'll let her sit there and unload for a minute. All right, so as we end harvest here, we are going to go ahead and dump our oats into the wagon. And I'm going to check something here quick so I know exactly when I'm going to see you again. Alright, so we have made it to January and some things have changed. We did end up making a purchase recently, and it was our drill. We picked ourselves up a drill. It's still at the store. It's a decent size, it's a John Deere. But it is time to sell our oats, so we got not a horrible drive ahead of us, but it's a decent long drive. So I'm gonna make my way over there, and I'll see you guys over there, and we'll find out what kind of dollar we make. Alright, so we're pulling into our delivery point here. Should be right up here. And we are hoping for, well, I don't know actually what I'm hoping for off of this small of a load. It's only 8,000 liters out, so can't expect too much from it, I guess. $8,000 maybe? Yeah, $9,000 we'll call it. It's not a horrible harvest, I guess, for the amount we did. So I will head back to the farm and go and pick up our new drill. Alrighty, so as you can see, we are headed back home from the dealership with our our John Deere box drill here. Not really all that big. It's nothing fancy. It's used. It's got a few hours behind it, so we're gonna obviously run it for quite some time until we have the chance to grow even more. We are going to definitely be getting some repairs done up on her as she needs them. But we got a good deal on it, so I can't complain too much. I think we only paid about like $15,000 for it. So, you know, not terrible price at all. Considering new, one of these things is, you're looking at about 40-some thousand dollars for it, so I'm not complaining. Yeah, so she's got operating hours, 35 hours on it. So there's quite a few hours on it. So I will well, it'll sit over here for now. I'll just leave it kind of chilling here with the tractor, because that's probably what we're gonna run in front of it. But I'm going to keep my eye out for a disc. Okay, so it is March now, and we are going to be getting ready to put canola in the field. But before we do that, we got ourselves a nice cultivator here. It's not big, it's not fancy, but it's going to get the job done. So I'm going to start doing these two fields and getting them kind of joined, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've done what I've needed to do. I'm not going to bother cultivating the rest. It's only oat stubble and a few weeds, as you can see, but we added a little bit onto this field, which is good. It's one big field now. And since this field's so small, it might as well just do the same crop as this one. So we're going to be putting canola on all of it. But before we get a little carried away here, first thing we need to do is definitely get our soil samples done. So let's go into here and let's look at our place here, and 1,500 bucks for the soil samples. So we got some really good soil there, some meh, and then bad. So I mean, we got what we got. We can't complain too much. Just work with it, I guess. But that is done and over with, so we can do that and then clear the yields off those as well. pH levels are, we're not spending the money on lime right now, but it's definitely going to be nitrogen and getting the seed in the ground, so that is something we will need to do. But I think that is it for today, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.